Hello, everybody. Welcome to the
Hello.
Launchpad Reseller
Good
podcast.
afternoon.
Hello, hello.
All right, I am Tennessee Treasures, and my name is Ellie, and this is the Launchpad Reseller podcast. We're so excited to have special guest Becky MotherflipperX with us today. Welcome. Um,
Hi.
I'm joined by co-host She Shed Ashley. What's going on, Ashley?
Very excited. It's all the ladies today.
I
Yay.
know.
All
Love
good.
that.
And down below, we also have Ruth Ann, Four Seasons Picker, as our guest host.
My girl.
Hey, everybody.
This is going to be special today because I know that you two are kind of connected here. So hopefully we get some just good tips and tricks on how to get going here and a little bit of background on
I'm gonna get
how
comfortable.
how you came to be. Okay. I am going to let me just start with Bob is not with us today because he's in some meetings. So Bob is going to be MIA, but it's just going to be a girls' day. So I'm excited for that.
Go girls.
Cheers.
Usually he does like a week in reselling. How has your week in reselling been? Anybody else want to start besides me? Ashley?
You go ahead, Ellie.
Need to start. Come on, guys.
I was like, this week has been pretty. This was my down week, so the weekend we're about to kick off. So it's been a lot of preloading, and of course I went. If y'all don't know me by now, Thursday is for thrifting. So all that stuff that I bought yesterday has been pictured, washed, cleaned, all that put away. I know there's still There's still some residue, so I'm still working on that. But yeah.
I got sun issues. I got to fix my sun issues somehow.
Oh no! Oh, there it is.
There you go.
I mean, the sun almost never shines here, but it is today, and it happens
it's
to be
shining
shining in the window.
Oh,
It's shining here too today, which is nice. I'm from Michigan. I don't know if you guys know that.
Okay, a little bit of cold.
Yeah, it's
we're
cold.
neighbors. We're kind of neighbors.
Yeah, we're neighbors.
Yeah.
We're kind of neighbors. Yes.
Midwesterners.
I'm a Chicagoan at heart, so
Ooh,
I'm right
I
there
didn't
with
know
you
that,
guys.
Ellie.
Born and raised.
Yeah, and I'm in Georgia, so our cold, like we already have been freezing for a while. It is nothing compared to up north. I know.
I'm like, what is it, like 50 or something?
Yeah.
Is it like 50 degrees there?
Oh no, it's like 40. I mean, it's supposed to be bad. Like we're supposed to be getting ice storms and stuff.
Yeah.
Possible snow tonight through Monday.
We just got hit with some flurries here.
Yeah, and that's no fun when you're not used to it. I
mean,
when Midwesterners get 40 in the spring, we put our shorts on.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
We're so excited to be 40.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So crazy.
All right. Well, let's get into it. I'm gonna open it up to you, Becky, and if you just want to do like a brief introduction and tell us kind of how did you get into reselling and a little bit of backstory.
Okay. So my name is Becky, aka Mother Flippers. Let's see. I got started in reselling probably about 8 years ago, I want to say. And I started on Poshmark is where I initially started at. It was actually my baby sister that got me started in it. And so she kind of guided me along. And I did really, really, really well on Poshmark when I first started out. I mean, like I killed it. So I would just source mostly at like Goodwills and garage sales and mostly clothing. And then maybe about 3 years ago, I started listing on eBay. And no, I started on Macari first, and then I went over to eBay. So I was on 3 different sites selling. And then I started. You want me to just keep rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And then so then about a year and a half ago, I don't know how I got on Whatnot. I don't remember exactly, but I started sourcing on Whatnot. So I would go in obviously and buy, and that's how I met Ruth Ann. And when I got into her show, so I was looking obviously to buy really low and to flip, right? As you all can attest to. I mean, you got to buy really, really low in order to make $1 or $2. So I went into Ruth Ann's show, and the first show I went into, for one, I liked her person. I immediately could relate to her. I mean, she was just chilled like me. She was roughly around my age, and I think we are the same age, right, Ruth Ann?
Yep.
Yeah. And and she was just so sweet and kind, and then her prices were like crazy low. I mean, crazy low. So that's how I got started in there. But I kind of went crazy on Whatnot. I mean, like for real crazy. I got myself into huge debt. I mean, huge debt. Ruth Ann can attest to. I just told her, I said, I'm embarrassed because I got extra credit cards and I started maxing them out. I would go on there and buy all these things to flip. And I had like 30, 40 boxes coming at a time to my house. And it got to the point where Jaden, my granddaughter, which is one of my granddaughters that I raise, she said, J-Mom, you can't do this anymore. I mean, this is crazy. And I'm like, no, I'm going to resell all this stuff. But I had my entire I have a huge bathroom. I have two bathrooms. My bathroom, I showed Ruth Ann my house. It was
Storage.
insane. Yes. And it was just filled, I mean, up to the top in my bathroom. And I couldn't list it fast enough, for one thing, in order to even put it on those sites. So I reached out to Ruth Ann and I said, it was just I was the only person I could figure out that I felt like I connected with on Whatnot. And I said, I need your help. I mean, if you could, walk me through this. And she's like, sure. And she did. I mean, not only did she help me, I mean, she was there. We did mock shows and, different things like that. And then walked me through the whole shipping process, and which I know now because I'm helping somebody, how frustrating that must have been for her, because I'm actually mentoring somebody else right now. And I'm like, no, you just, and it seems so easy to me now, but when you're first starting off, it's, well, that's a little intimidating. And I would call her for everything, and she always picked up, and she was always there for me. And I love this lady to death. I really do.
Stop it! I'm so having a hard time not crying in my chair here.
No, but Ruth Ann. I mean, I was really at a very low point in my life, honestly, with everything that I was going through, and then I got myself into huge debt. So it was all compiled, and grieving and financial debt, and just trying to make things work here. And I made it worse. I actually made my whole life so much worse. But yeah, she walked me through everything, and she spent hours with me on the phone, you guys. I mean, literally hours on the phone with me. I think, and I look, I will thank her every single time I'm on here. When I do my shows, if she comes in, I'm like, that's my girl. That's the one that got me started on here. Because had it not been for her, I probably would have never did this. I mean, I know I wouldn't have. She was a great mentor for me, honestly.
I'm going to interrupt you, though. I'm going to interrupt because I want to say that when I started my Whatnot business, even though at the time I didn't know that Becky was digging herself a hole, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I wonder how many people are doing that same thing.
Yes.
But she was a huge support when I was a brand new seller.
Mm-hmm.
Becky was she'd come in, she'd be so friendly in my chat. She would talk to my chat. She would, she would compliment me. She was a huge help to me when I was young in the business.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, that's why I wanted to help her. She had done so much for me that I just wanted to flip it around, and pay it forward to her. Once I realized where she was at emotional, I thought, I got to help this girl, Now she's a freaking star on Whatnot.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's really important for anybody who is maybe thinking about trying Whatnot, nervous about going live or that. I think, Ruth Ann, you said this on your episode. to cling to someone, right? To find that person that will help mentor you. And I think that is like such a great tip, such an important thing that maybe some people don't realize that there are people willing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It was a shot in the dark, honestly, you guys. I was I was nervous, and she replied so quickly too. I was just, and I felt so blessed, um, because I didn't know what I was like. I knew I wanted. Okay, I didn't want to be in front of the camera though, and Ruth Ann will tell you that. Like, I still don't like being in front of the camera. Like, probably like nobody likes being in front of the camera. I feel like it gets a lot worse when you get older, and so I would stick Jaden in front of the camera because she's young. She's 19 years old. She's cute. Am I right, Ruth Ann?
Yep.
I would put her in front of the camera, and then I would just talk and describe the whole item, which I'm glad I stepped out of that, you know, zone that I was in, because I needed to be in front of the camera. I needed to show my items because they're my items and I know what they are, you know. So now I get on there and I don't know, I'm just me. I dance, I'm goofy, I don't know, I just play my music and I just have a good time, and it's working. I'm
And
actually
people love you.
Yeah.
I
thank
love
you.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ruth
'Cause
Ann.
I'll go ahead and admit, I went in your show this morning too, and it was like your flow, how you did stuff, the interaction with everyone coming in,
Uh,
it was amazing. And I was like, how many people you were holding too that were coming in. And then
Yes.
it was, I know how there's certain times you get that there's certain, somebody will comment in chat and you're like, oh, I missed it, or it comes back. You're able to like bounce back to it, and they brought it up, and that it was a nice. I was impressed. Let me just say I was
aw.
impressed.
Well,
Very
thank you,
impressed.
Shishad. I appreciate that. I really do, because we need that, just that little boost, saying, kudos, kind of thing, because it's hard. It's really hard to do what we do on Whatnot. You know what I mean? And I'm talking to a phone. I mean, I can see you
Exactly.
guys
Yeah.
right now, but I'm literally talking to a phone, and my business has increased a lot on Whatnot now that we're buying storage units. And we have bought two crazy banger storage units, and I mean like bangers. Like, I can't even believe that we did so good on our first couple units that we ever purchased. So
Yep.
that really boosted me up, as far as it's a very like me and Ruth Ann were talking about it. It's scary to do that, but now I'm like, I Jones for it. Like, I'm bidding on two of them right now, and I'm hoping I get them on Monday, because I mean, it's so
Yes.
Yep.
fun going and all of us as resellers. It
Mm.
is really a lot of fun. It's a little intimidating. Like, I was telling Ruth Ann, like, I don't go outside of, I don't go into like Detroit or anything like that. And I go into more of the suburbs, and I try to, go into the higher rent district to buy my storage units. Um so that seems to be working out so far. Um and I'm still very, very new at that. I've done a lot of research. I watch a lot of podcasts and stuff like that, and people that, like Bearded Thrifter and, other
Mhm.
ones. Um, but yeah, and I love it. And my mom loves it. So it's me and my mom now. It's me and my mom doing this together, and which is really nice, because um she enjoys it, and it gets her out of it. And we garage sale throughout the summer anyhow. And man, I'll tell you what, my 79-year-old mother, she puts me in the ground. Like, we're out there for like 5 or 6 hours, and I'm like, Mom, I'm done. Like, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, my feet hurt, my back hurts, my neck hurts. Okay, I'm like, and she's like, and then we'll be driving home. She's like, there's garage sale signs on this street, there's some on that street. And I'm like, I want to go home. You know? So
Wow.
yeah, she's and she loves this. She loves that we're doing this. How we got started together on this. And if I'm I don't I know I'm bouncing, guys, because
No,
I
you're
squirrel a
completely
Okay.
fine.
lot.
You're fine.
So my uncle's neighbor had passed away, and he said, I'm going to ask her because I know they don't know what to do. And she was basically a hoarder, but like a clean hoarder.
Mm.
So she had like her
I
basement
love
was,
those.
I know it was
Yes.
filled, and she used to be a home interiors rep, right?
Yeah.
So she had brand new stuff down there, all that vintage home interiors. Well, so we were going to do the estate, like we were going to do an estate sale over there, but there was so much stuff, like, and I mean, that you couldn't even set up tables or anything in there to even get an estate going. So I said to them, I said, what do you think about me just buying this stuff? Let me just buy the basement. I'll buy everything that's in the basement. And we agreed on a price. And it ended up working out really well for us. So that's how mom and I got started back onto Whatnot, because we took the spring and the summer off because I do tie dye too. And that's my true love. I do that too. So that's how we got started, me and mom together. And then I just took off. I said, Mom, I want to continue doing this. Like, we did so well on that estate that I said, let's buy a storage unit. And yeah, it's just, it's kind of been a
That's
whirlwind
amazing.
since then.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Okay, so
Now
you
I
did.
want to learn. I want to learn how to buy storage
I'm
units,
going to teach
and
you.
Becky's helping me now.
Yes.
Oh,
I was
really
like, you got a pro. I was about to say, you
yeah.
got a
Yeah.
pro. This is
So
great.
we just had a conversation the other day, and she gave me a few sites to look at. And so when I get home from California, I'll be calling Becky because I'm going to try something new that's very scary.
I've done a storage unit once, and it
Yay.
was a little like 5 by 5 or something. I don't know. It was small, and there was a dirt bike in it, and I paid $40, I think. There was a
Oh,
dirt
that's a
bike.
good
There was
price.
a bunch of movies. There was a lot of personal items. There was some plush.
Mm,
I don't.
yeah.
I don't know that I have the capacity to do it more
No,
because I don't have storage. But it was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun to dig through.
it is fun. And the people that I learned that from, they said, like, I had Never Ending Thrifts. I don't know. I know you follow them, Ruth Ann.
Yep.
Um,
Micah.
Micah, yes. And that's all he's done for years. And so he actually mentored me on this buying the storage units. And he said, Becky, start off small. Start with like a 5 by 5. He said, because if you get a 5 by 10 or a 10 by 15 or something like that, you're going to be overwhelmed, because it doesn't seem like a lot when you look in there and it's just a bunch of boxes, but it is. And so that's what I did. I started off with I think it was a 5 by 10, which was overwhelming because she had that really packed in there really good. And there was a lot of jewels in there. We found so much gold in
Oh,
there, you guys, like,
wow.
like a lot of gold.
That's
Um,
amazing.
yeah,
That's cool.
I couldn't believe somebody would leave that behind, but yeah, it was pretty incredible. If I can brag and boast a little bit, it
Maybe
was
they
Yeah.
actually
Oh, yeah, do it.
incredible.
Yes.
maybe they forgot. You never
No,
really know. You never really know why a storage unit is left behind, do you?
No.
Or do
so
you get
no,
the backstory?
okay, so yeah, I'm like the little detective. Like, I want to find out what's going on. Like, why did you leave all this good stuff behind? And I did from the storage facility, and just investigating with all her personal belongings. Um, the first unit we bought, she was a younger girl, like 35, 36, and she had 5 storage units in that facility. 5, you
Oh,
guys.
wow.
So I only got one of them. And I don't know, I don't really know like what her story was exactly, like if she felt it. If I can say one thing though, it's kind of sad, especially, you know, knowing my daughter, and I had to go clean out her storage unit after she passed. And it really started making me think, oh my gosh, you've lost all your stuff, because I thought maybe she had passed away, and then she didn't, because we found her. We did a lot of investigating on this lady, and so that you have to kind of disassociate yourself with, because I have a big heart, and then I start thinking, oh my gosh, you lost everything that you owned, and you're still so
Yeah.
young, and so
Yeah, that would be hard.
It is. It
Yeah.
really is. And, so I went and I took all of her personal belongings back to the storage unit. And then she had, I guess, reached out. Now, they give you a long time, guys. I don't know if you're aware of that. They give you a long time before they actually put your stuff up for auction. So she did have a long time to try to get some of that back. And with the money that we made on all that gold that was in there, like she could have bought all her storage units back like 10 times or something, So I don't really know the real backstory, but she wanted to buy some of the items back. And I said, oh my gosh, like all the gold and stuff we had already taken to the pawn shop. And I just, I don't know. I just didn't want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? Anymore. I didn't want to
Yeah, that would
piecemeal
be
it and
very
do
hard.
all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the last one, I'm pretty sure she passed away. So because they told me, they said I said I have all of her personal belongings, her pictures and all of that, and they said just get rid of them. And
Wow.
they couldn't get a hold of her for like
That's sad.
months, and so I don't know.
Okay, so are you still listing on other sites, or are you fully Whatnot?
I'm fully Whatnot.
You're fully Whatnot. You
Officially.
abandoned all ships.
Yeah, I did. I've been taking all my stuff from my other sites, and I've just paused my closets for right now.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm fully Whatnot. I've taken
Wow, okay.
everything over to Whatnot. Yeah.
So tell us
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I was
I'm
curious.
100% Whatnot.
How long have you been on Whatnot, and what do your stats look like? Like followers, sales count, that kind of thing.
I've been on Whatnot for, let me see. I started in last January is when I had my first show. Hold on. Oh, you want stats and stuff? I gotta look that up.
I was like, I think you were 6.7K in sales is what I
Wow.
saw. And
In
I
a
was
year, that's
like,
amazing.
I'm coming. It's gonna take me a little bit, but I'm
Oh
coming.
yeah. Okay. So I have 6.4 followers, 5.0 less than 1 day average ship time, and I got 6.7K sold.
Sales. That's amazing in 1 year.
Yeah,
So
one
Thank
yeah.
you.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Yay.
that's so
And then I
good.
took honestly guys, I took about I took
Probably 3
probably
months.
at
3 or
least
4
3
months.
months. Yeah, probably 4 or 5 months I took off because of the doing the tie-dye. So
So
I don't know that I'm gonna do it this year. I don't know. We'll see.
is it a fair question to ask, what is your, like, since that's one clean year, what did you make in that 1 year? Like
Whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You don't know? I know we're
Um
getting to that time where we got to start figuring those numbers out, but I
yeah.
don't know mine yet either.
So I don't really know what I didn't probably do all that well last year. It really is just these last couple months. Like I was trying to figure out the math, and if I keep doing really well in these next 2 months, I already did in the month of January about 18,000.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, from that one
amazing.
I'm
storage
so
unit.
proud of you.
Ah, that's
Oh my
amazing.
goodness.
Isn't that
That's
crazy?
amazing.
That is
Yes.
amazing.
And is that all from like the storage unit? One of these?
That's from that one last storage unit that we got. Because it was
Wow.
all Y2K, and there were like, oh my
Oh,
gosh, and there was like
Where were
50
we at?
purses in there. Yeah, there was like Coach purses, Dunienberg purses, Juicy
Wow.
Couture, Coach shoes, Nike shoes. I mean, there was, and then all this Y2K stuff all had tags on it. Apple bottom jeans, baby fat, all with tags. There were fur coats in there, you guys. There was baby fat coats that were like leather. Yeah, it was just like a lot of new tags.
Can
And
you
it was,
imagine, you guys? Oh my
I'm
God.
hearing all
as
the
soon as
name
she
brands.
said
I'm like,
Y2K, I was like, where was I?
yes,
Yeah.
and that's a big deal here. And I had
yeah.
no clue. I had it listed under storage units when I first did my first 2 shows. I switched it over to Y2K, and the amount of those younger girls that were coming in there, and it was crazy. Like some of this stuff, like these apple bottom jeans and stuff, they were going for like $30 and $35. I'm like, whoa, it was mind blowing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that really kicked us. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, so this is my income. This is my mom's fun money,
Mhm.
And I said, I don't know how you want to take this, but I'm going balls to the walls, okay? I'm sorry for my French, but that's where I'm going with this. If we've already did this in the month of January, I want to get those wings. I want to get those wings, even if I can have it for, 3 months or whatever they give it to you for,
The
because
premier
I'm
wings is what
almost,
she's talking about, yeah.
yeah, the
Pre
gold
the
wings,
premier wings,
Yeah.
yeah.
So explain
just
what that is, Becky, because our audience won't know that.
Yeah.
okay. So what, um, I'll give you as best as I can describe it. So, with the Gold Wings is your premier shop, and being a premier shop means you hit $50,000 in sales over a 3-month period. What does that get you? I guess it boosts you in the algorithm a little bit. I think the percentages are lower. I don't know what the points are. Maybe just a couple points of what they take from you. So as opposed to being what I want to say it's about 15% after it's kind of what I figured out in the math. So maybe it's like 13. And I don't know, bragging rights.
Yeah, because you
Right.
have
Absolutely.
wings. It's like you see that is a premier
Yeah,
shop.
wings. I got
Like,
wings.
boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I know I won't be able to maintain it because we don't uh it's it's just not that serious. Like I'm not trying to make like Corey Mannix. I'm not trying to make $1 million or anything like that, but um
Yeah.
I just want to have fun. I really am having fun. My mom is having a blast, and that's when it becomes a job and all of that. Like you've done lost the fun aspect of this. And
Right.
I want to have fun. I want to enjoy
Absolutely.
what I'm doing. And yeah, it
Mhm.
sure would be nice to have the little wings,
That
but
really comes out in your shows. When a person clicks into your show, they can tell you're having fun. Um, I mean, it's clear in your shows that you are loving what you're doing. So,
I
um,
do. I really do. And I'm glad I got away from that whole being in front of the camera. And within, I'm like, I don't want to be in front of the camera. I'll just turn the camera around and I'll just,
yeah. I
like,
said
look,
no, Becky. I
yeah,
said
I
no,
know.
Becky.
You did.
I told her, I said, it's fine in the beginning. I
Yeah.
understand, but
Yeah.
I said, you're going to have to get over that because you have an amazing personality. You have a beautiful face. And I promise you, you will sell
Love you.
more if you get in front of the camera and show them who you are. You're going to
Mm.
sell more.
And it's
Um,
true. Research has it that you will do better. That people want to see your face. I don't care. They just want to see who's selling this stuff to them. You know what I mean? They want.
yeah.
I believe they want to. Like with you, Ruth Ann. I knew you were genuine when I went into your show because I went into all those like hurry up and fast, fast, chat, 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 screaming at you and stuff, and like bid up, bid up, bid up, and screaming and doing all that crazy stuff. Like that's not my jam.
We don't
Uh,
like that here.
Yeah.
no, like
Push
I'm
that.
dipping quick. If you guys start screaming at me like I didn't pay enough money for this, well, you know what? Whatever my money was, I'll give it to somebody else because I'm not you know, no.
Yeah.
So, and I just lighthearted, just have fun. Um I'm an old rocker and that, hence the little rocker thumbnails that we're doing because Ruth Ann taught me about Chat GPT, or I think
Yep.
that's how you
Got
say
it.
it. But oh yeah, I'm having a blast on that. I'm making us all crazy and the rocker, all the crazy thumbnails. My mom's got tattoos and stuff. I'm like, oh mom. She's like, I actually like that. I'm like, okay.
I
Next thing
love
you
that
know,
I
tattoo
love
shop.
that this has given your mom this purpose.
It really has, Ruth
How
Ann.
amazing is
Ladies,
that?
yes,
Because I'm
it
sure
has.
you had a lot of generational grief, and what a great thing for all of you to be doing this.
Yes, yes. It
So,
really is. Really
You
is.
stated over something,
yeah.
and you mentioned this before, right? So I know, but can you tell the audience what happened, right? You mentioned a loss, and you also mentioned that your daughter was the one to get you into um, all of this. So how did that start? What happened?
Okay, so yeah, my daughter, um, she struggled with mental illness and addiction. And she, right after my first granddaughter was born, Jaden, that lives with me full time. So she, you know, in and out of rehabs, in and out of, you know, she was in jail for couple years, back and forth. She was in a lot of different facilities. She had beat it for a while, about 3 years, when she found the Lord, and I thought we were there. You know, I thought we were done. I knew that, you know, there was going to come a time, and I knew she needed the Lord, and she unfortunately, is this too personal? I'll make it quick though. She slipped up, and I think it was because she got pregnant again, and the baby was not well, and they had to end up inducing her to give birth. So she slipped again, and then from that point on, it was like a back and forth kind of thing. And we had just moved into this place, and we were so excited because I thought I would bring her here, you know, I knew that we had a little bit of a falling out, and because it's hard. It's really a hard battle to deal with, your only child, and you see what's happening to her. So I thought when I got this place and it was big enough that me and Jaden, that's my granddaughter, and my daughter, we could all live here and I could get her back on track again. It was kind of the plan. And then we got in here the day after Christmas 4 years ago. And January 2nd, I got the call from a police officer that, you know, she had passed away. And
I'm so sorry.
Sorry for your loss.
yeah, it was yeah, it was, you know, devastating. You know, if you have children, you know, what that must feel like. And I just never thought it was going to happen. Like, I really didn't have it. I mean, we had other people pass away from addiction and whatnot. And so you just never think that's going to happen. And yeah, so it did. And it,
And you've had Jaden ever since?
I've had Jaden since she's been a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took Jaden on when she was a baby because my daughter had struggled with the addiction. Now, that didn't mean that she wasn't in and out of our lives, because she was, throughout that whole entire time, the 16 years that, you know, Barbara Jaden has been alive. She's lived with us back and forth, and I never denied her. I just said, if you're doing good, then, you know, I don't want Jaden to be privy to that at all. So, yeah.
You're very strong.
Yes,
Yeah.
very
Thank you for
strong.
sharing. That's
You know what do you do, you guys? I mean, it's like you think to yourself, how do you go on from this? Okay.
Yeah.
I had two grandchildren, one that I raised and the other one I partially raised. My mom actually has her because the state wouldn't let me adopt her because I had some health issues. And so my mom, thank God, adopted her.
wow.
And so we're all still, you know, to keep her in the family. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a rough road, and you think I'll never survive this. But what made me survive were those babies. They needed me, you know,
Yeah.
both those little girls, they needed me. And so that's why I'm here. I could have stayed in my room and crawled up into a big ball and just cried every single day and let the grief overtake me. But no, I was like, I fortunately have two grandchildren from her, right? Because some people didn't get that opportunity and
Yeah.
left, you know.
Right.
So
And then Jaden was a huge piece to getting Becky going, because I don't know if you've ever seen. You'll have to. Does Jaden never come in your shows anymore?
No, she don't.
I mean, she's a firecracker, girls. She's an
she's too
absolute
good now.
firecracker.
She's like,
How old is
no.
she?
She's 19. She'll
Okay.
be
Oh,
20.
wow.
She'll be 20 in a
She's
week.
like over it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
crazy.
So in the beginning of Becky's career,
Mhm.
Jaden was. I mean, she had the chat wrapped around her finger most
Wow.
days. You know. So
Yeah. she was she
Yeah.
hated it though, Ruth Ann. She still
Did
hates
she?
it.
So she did it for you then. She did it
Huh?
for you. She did it for you.
She did it for me, yes. She did
Yeah.
it for me. And she did it for, I mean, this child, wow, she's amazing, you guys. She's just amazing. I can't say enough good about her. She goes to school full time. She's working on her bachelor's degree. She works a part-time job. She works out like 4 or 5 times a week. Okay, she eats right. Okay, there's just like, and she's kind, and she's beautiful on the inside and outside. There's just so much. I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed.
Like
And I
grandma.
know this.
She's like grandma.
Well, thank you.
That's
Yeah, so that's
such a powerful story. How do you think, like, as far as when Whatnot came along, I guess I wasn't there in the beginning, so this isn't over the course of a year. Yeah, you said you started last January.
yeah, I started last January.
So how do you think that has, you talked about like your mom has purpose in this, right? And then your granddaughter, how do you think this has shaped the life that you guys are creating or have created with this? Like, what effect has that had on you?
Well, obviously financial. I think, for me and my mom right now, it really gives both of us a purpose. It's something we enjoy. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Like, we look forward to it. And I mean, really, it's not like,
So
oh
important.
gosh, we got to go live again. And, just, I don't want to do it kind of thing, but I need to do it. I mean, obviously, we need to do it. I do financially, but we're keeping it light and we're keeping it fun. And we just, we want to be very transparent. I'm not going to sell people garbage. I've gotten so much garbage, and I don't even know if that's correct to say that on here. But I bought from a lot of people that aren't very transparent. And I know Ruth Ann, I haven't watched your guys' shows, but I am going to come in and watch your shows. I know Ruth Ann is so transparent with, like, if something's got a little nick on it or something, say this beautiful, I'm going to point every single, I'm going to say, look, she got some dust. She's got a little chip on her toe, but I'm going to be very transparent in everything that I sell you, because it's not worth it to me to get rid of this in order for you to not be happy. And it's almost like I want to sell like I want to buy.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Such a
It's a great way to put it.
Yeah. And so and
Write
then
it down.
I want to sell like I want to buy.
Yes.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Yeah,
exactly.
I want to sell like I want to buy. Whatnot. I don't know. But yeah, and that's one of the most important things to me, honestly, is selling on here, because I feel like Whatnot gets a bad reputation. I've heard it from other people in other shows, and I'm sure you guys have too. Is people are scammers, and it's so unfortunate, And I don't even know if that's politically correct to say this on here, but I think if we all just work hard, give people what they're buying, and not try to hide anything, because you don't have to. There's been some big sellers on here, and Ruth Ann, I think, knows who I'm talking about, because we've talked in private, that I've bought from them, and she has too, that we've been quite disappointed with the items that we've gotten. I don't want to be, I don't want to be that one. I want you to be like, whoa, okay, this is cool. Better, it looks better in person than it does,
Right.
I want it to be
people
like that.
coming in. I want people to come in my chat and say, God, I
Yes.
just opened my box and I
Yes.
just love it.
Yeah, I just love
Yeah,
it. Yes. Doesn't
absolutely.
that make you feel good? Like, I
Yeah.
love it when people do that in the streams. They're like, oh my gosh, I just opened up the package and it looks so much better in person. And this is so cute. And thank you for the, Ruth Ann does that, the little thank you, even if it's just a quick thank you at the end of your receipt.
Mhm.
I try to do like extra little touches, and if I have extra little things throw around, and I'll just throw them in their boxes, if it's not too heavy,
Mhm.
or
Yeah,
I don't know, guys.
I
I'm
definitely
just
It
think.
makes a big difference. It does. Like you said,
I
you
just
wanna get something, you wanna buy something, and that's what I think is key with all of us. I think we're all authentic sellers that we're like, "Yes,
Mhm.
this is what I have. This is what it
yes,
looks like. Like, it has damage. It's been come on, it's from 1980,
right,
1960." I mean, you're
Perfect.
transparent in it because there
yes,
is good and there is bad on Whatnot, and I think the
yes,
other thing that I will say, just kind of not really speaking for you, but Whatnot becomes like a family because I
Mm,
think we
yes,
all have said it. Like, I don't know how I found Whatnot, but I got on Whatnot and it was like the audience. It was like everyone was so like welcoming, everything.
yes,
And I was like, yes. And then you start building those communities, it becomes like a family. It's like, yeah, I know Ruth Ann, I know Ellie, we talk, we've done different things, but it's like I've not met them in person, but you best believe I'm ride or die. Like
mhm.
right,
you know what
right.
I'm saying? It becomes
Mhm.
that community, and I think
Yep.
it's important. And there's always good and there's always bad with
In every
anything. So you
situation.
got to weed out. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Agreed 100%. And you're right. I didn't even think about that, she said. The Whatnot community is amazing. I mean,
Mm,
just absolutely amazing. The drives that they do, all the fundraisers, when people have lost loved ones, and Brady's Collectibles, I mean, lost
Yes.
their little
Yeah.
baby girl, I mean, 16, like
oh,
that whole stream, guys, I was bawling, okay?
Hmm.
Because obviously, because I lost my daughter, and I know that pain. I mean, that pain is deep, and it's raw. And she was 16. She had so much life ahead of her, and oh my gosh. So like that. And when Vintage and More, when he burnt his hands, there was everybody comes together, and there's
They
tip trains
mhm.
really.
and all this stuff. What a cool community that we
Yep.
have here. The
Yep.
people that you meet. I know Ellie now, and I don't even know your first name. I'm
It's
sorry.
Ashley. It's
Ashley.
Ashley.
Ashley. Okay.
You're
Ellie,
good.
Ashley, and obviously Ruth Ann. So I've just met 3 more people on here, and it's you can just keep building and building, and the people that you have coming in your stream. I mean, I have some of the same people, and I don't even know how they can afford to keep buying all the stuff that they do. I have this one lady, her name's and Mousy Kens. I guess it's okay to say that. Um, she is in every single one of my streams, you guys, since me and my mom started doing the first estate sale, and buys. I don't know what she does with everything. I just am
Yeah.
like, but
That's
yeah, just
amazing.
like, and we have a lot of the same regulars like you guys do. You have the
Mhm.
Yeah,
same
absolutely.
regulars that are
Yep.
coming in, and even if they're not buying, they're in the chat, they're like, good morning. And oh my gosh, I love that when somebody comes in and says good morning, and they just don't just pop in. And Ruth Ann, every time I come in there, I don't even have to say anything, she's like, my girl's in the house, Becky's in the
Yep.
house, every time. And if not, I'm getting her attention, I'm question marking it behind it,
Yeah.
like,
Like,
hello.
hello, I'm here.
Hello.
Hello.
I love it.
Yeah.
I
So, no, what a
definitely.
great community. You're absolutely right. And I didn't even touch base on that. I love, love, love this community. Love
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
Love it.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of
Going
really great
going
people.
going back to selling quality stuff,
Hmm.
it does not, what goes around comes around. So
Correct.
if you're not selling good stuff, pretty soon people will start talking about that,
Mm,
you know?
Hmm.
And it doesn't take long, you know.
Yep.
It doesn't take
Agreed.
it doesn't take long, and chances are that seller's going to start having less people in their shows.
mhm.
You're right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's their own fault. I mean, honestly, it's their own fault because why wouldn't you be? I mean, just why wouldn't you be transparent? I mean, I see no reason not to be. To make $1, I mean, come on. You
Yeah.
know what? I
Right.
just don't. I can't. I don't see it. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I
I
haven't
don't know.
asked this yet. I don't know if you guys have any other questions, but I just had a real quick one. So you said, let's see, I saw you doing jewelry earlier, and you said you've done 2 storage units, and then you like to do garage sales. What is your favorite thing to source?
What is my favorite thing to
Yeah, what
source?
is that thing that you like desire to find when you're out there? That you're like,
Gosh.
yes.
I really like glass and all that and ceramics and all that fun stuff. But boy, like you guys, I hate shipping
Yes.
that kind of stuff. Oh my goodness. Look, my sourcing is weird, you guys. I don't mind sourcing clothing because they started off with clothing. So where other people are like, "Ooh, clothing," no, I don't mind clothing. Okay, I really don't. Uh, I
I
mean, when
don't
I
sell my
first,
clothing.
huh?
I wish I could source clothing, but I don't. I'm not a. I don't know style. I'm not a stylish person.
I'm with you.
I don't name
I'm with
brands,
you.
you know.
So I'm just
Yeah,
like I don't know how to buy good clothing because I'm a Eddie Bauer girl.
yeah.
The
Well,
only
so then you source that because that's a great brand, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
you stick with what you know. North Face, Eddie Bauer, stay in that, outdoor living stuff, outdoor wear. Um, I just know because like I said, I initially started on Poshmark, so I got to know all those brands. And my
sure.
sister, let me
Plus,
tell
you
you
have
what.
teenagers in the house.
And having
that
teenagers,
helps.
yes, yes.
Yep.
And I just, whatever, I comp things out. I'm Google lensing things, I mean, just to see what the comps are. And
Mhm.
look, I'll sell anything. I will sell anything. I will source anything. I will sell anything. I got a bunch of tools here, some old tools that we've kind of been, I don't know. I've been holding up these things. I'm like, I don't know. This is like a little thingamajiggy, what you call it. I don't know what that comes up. And then the chat will tell me, obviously, right?
Exactly. Yep,
Let in
that's what I
case,
was
So
about to say. If you don't know, half the time someone's gonna let you know and they're gonna put you on the right
absolutely.
path. So it's like,
Isn't that
I
thank
great?
you. I had
I
no
don't know
clue.
what I would do without my toy pros because
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I
I
just
had to
can't
ask you about
imagine
the
what I would do.
Webkins thing. I'm like, what the heck? What kind of plushes were you selling that were going for $30? I'm like, I need to
Oh
get on
yeah.
that train. What is that all about?
yes.
So
Yeah.
I don't know plush at all. I know Squishmallows. I don't know. I mean, I have no clue
Squishmallows are
about
dead.
plush.
Don't
Yeah,
forget
I
squishmallows
Squishmallows.
was
are
like,
dead.
no,
Don't
I was
buy
gonna
any.
say, I was gonna
I
say,
figured as much. I
yeah,
figured as
no,
much.
yeah,
That was the big
Squishmallow,
craze.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
I
that's
like
where,
Um.
and that's so you started with clothes and then kind of transitioned that you're kind of a multifaceted, right? On
Yeah.
what you sell,
So
it's just cross category, a little bit of everything.
Poshmark was initially when I got on that platform on Poshmark, it was all clothing. And then they went into linens and then they went into some other things. And then they started doing, hard goods and then now they're pretty much everything. It
Mhm.
evolved into that. So um I don't know, you guys. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch
Right.
I watch all these different people that are out there, schooling picker, bearded
Okay.
thrifter.
Mhm.
They're one of my favorites, the bearded thrift machines, because I like their story. I like that they were where they came from, where they started at, and where they're at now, how they've evolved financially. They're killing it, and
Mhm.
they're buying
Yes, they
storage
are.
units. I don't know if I do know YouTube or anything like that, but you know, I like that they were both be able to leave their jobs that they didn't like.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I can attest, I worked at Ford Motor Company for 13 years. I humped it on the line. I was a factory rat, okay? I was dirty, greasy, spot welder, arc welder, MIG
Wow.
welder. I did all of that, okay? And I tore up my body because of it, and I hated it. I absolutely hated every single day I went into that job. And I left that job. Now all my family, all either where my brother still works at Ford, my sister worked at Ford. We're all Ford rats, right? And I
Because
left
it's
there
in
at 13
Michigan.
years. Yes. I left there at 13 years and people thought I had lost my mind because they're like, how how are you going to leave this job with great benefits and profit sharing and all that stuff? And I look, I'll take a pay cut because I hated my life. Okay. I mean, I just didn't
Man.
like, it. And you get into that money pit. And yeah, I struggled, sure did. I bartended, I waitressed, I worked at ABC Warehouse, I was in sales for a while. Like, look, there ain't a job that I haven't done out there. I swear. But let me tell you what, happiness has no price, right?
Correct.
So
Absolutely.
that's where I was at with it. People still say, I can't believe you left Ford Motor Company. Well, you're miserable and you can't even walk anymore because that job has done kicked your butt.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah.
And here you are having the time of your life on Whatnot.
Woohoo!
Fun. I love it.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. I just want to have fun. Like I'm jamming my music and I probably get copyrighted or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna. It's great too. It's rock and roll. I mostly play. My mom's not really into country. I love. I'm diverse in music though. I like all music, every
Yeah.
kind of music. And I'll just bop around and have a good time and whatever.
Very fun.
Get my exercise in.
You have totally changed in the year that you've been on. Since the very first time I talked to you to right now, you're a different
Yeah.
person.
I am.
You really are.
That was a rough period in my life, and
Yes, it was.
you were
Actually,
you
it
were
was a rough
instrumental.
period for both of us. Remember, we were
Yes.
both
Going
you
through
know,
it.
I haven't really told my Whatnot friends that my daughter also has some mental illness, and she went through 4 years of pharmaceutical doctor induced.
Yes, that's how it.
Doctors almost killed my daughter with pharmaceuticals, and it took us 4 years of detox. And I was just coming into Becky's life when my daughter was just showing signs of making it. So that's another reason why Becky and I really did this, because
Yeah.
when she told me her story, it just hit me like a knife in the gut, because that could have been my child. Could have been my child, only it would have been different because my daughter was pharmaceutically addicted through the medical field.
Yes, and that's
Because
how a lot of people get started.
Because of her mental illness.
Yes,
And
100%.
she could have easily ended up in the same boat, and now she's a business owner uptown. So Becky and I really bonded over lots of different things, but she's just come alive in the last year since I met her.
I feel good, guys.
Yeah,
I really
love it.
do.
Just
Feel
makes me
good.
so happy. You look great.
You know.
You do, yeah.
You know.
So
Yeah, it's a success story, I guess, y'all.
absolutely,
You know.
you're doing it for a year on
Absolutely.
Whatnot.
Yeah.
Really great.
Yeah. And
So
I hope
are
to
you-
just I hope to just make, like I said, I would love to get those wings just because why not? Like we're a good, I would have never thought in a bazillion years. But because we bought that storage unit and gave us such a boost, I think possibly it could happen. And why not? I mean, why not? We've
right.
been working our butts off, and I ain't even lying when I say that we have been working our butts off, cleaning out these storage units, getting it home, looking everything over because you got to look at everything to make sure,
Yep.
yeah. So if it pays off, cool. If not, we're having a blast. I mean, we're having a blast. So
Very cool. Do you two have any other questions? Anything
I,
else?
I wanted to ask about the tie-dye. I've heard about it. So I was like, and I'll be the first one. I probably will definitely screw it up. But how did the love of tie-dye and what does that look like for you?
gosh, guys. Okay, so let me tell you about, if I can, real quick, about the tie-dye journey. Hold on. You want to come say hi? You won't. I know you won't. Okay. Where are you
Come
going?
on, Mama.
Hi.
Oh, to go get
Come on,
Shauna.
Mama.
She won't. She won't.
Mama.
Love you, baby. She's going to pick up my granddaughter. So my other granddaughter, she's usually here with us 3 or 4 days a week. My other one. So let's. I'm really glad you asked me that, because this is how I got involved in tie dye. So if I can just take a few more minutes, because this might take a couple.
Of course.
This ties into my daughter. So my daughter bought my little one a tie-dye kit right before she passed away at Christmas time. And so I kept that. I kept that aside, and I said, well, when it gets warmer out, her name's Shauna. Jaden's the one that lives with me full time. Shauna's my other granddaughter. I said, Shauna, when it gets warm out, we'll go outside and we'll tie dye stuff. So we took socks and I don't know, we took a couple shirts and we were just doing the tutorials and stuff. So we tie dyed a bunch of stuff, and I was like, it was something so tranquil that I thought, So then I started watching all these YouTube videos about tie dyeing, That's how I got started on it. And let me tell you what, tie dyeing got me through my grieving process, because it gave me something beautiful to look forward to every single day. And let me tell you what, guys, I was sick with the tie dye, like crazy with the tie dye. I'd get up in the morning about 6 o'clock and have my coffee, do my thing. 7 o'clock, I was in there and I was tie dyeing. Okay. I was either tie dyeing, unwrapping, washing stuff out. I could show you guys a couple of my tie dyes if you wanted. So that
I was just thinking I could go to my drawer and get your tie dyes.
It was something that just
therapeutic, I would say, right?
Very therapeutic. And when it's all mucky and gross looking and ugly, until you open it up and you clean it, and it was like my daughter was working through me, because I knew how much my daughter would love what I was doing. And because she bought Shauna that tie-dye kit, that's kind of how we got started. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I invested so much money into this stuff, with buying the best dyes, buying, all the stuff that needed to be done. And I had hundreds of pieces of tie-dye, you guys. And I'm like, what the heck am I going to do with all this stuff? And I started showing my girlfriend, and she's like, oh my gosh, Becky, you're really good at this. You got to start selling this. And I'm like, okay. So I sold some on Marketplace, and, some of her friends and whatever. That's how it got started. And then I started doing I loved it. Then I just got crazy with it. I was consumed with that. But it gave me a purpose, and they were beautiful. Like when you pulled them out, you're like, wow, how cool is this?
On Whatnot?
I have done shows on Whatnot. Ruth Ann's bought some tie-dye from me on Whatnot. Yes, I do. I am going to have a show on here again. I did like 3 shows. And then let me tell you about determination, y'all. Okay. When I did one show and I did amazing. I did I don't know, I sold like $500 or $600 worth of tie-dye, because I don't start my tie-dye low. I start it for what I want to sell it for. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't, it's fine, because I know I'll get it at the art fairs and the festivals. I just try to bring the beauty to other people, right? And so I had a show one night. It was just me, and I had I don't know, 3 people in my room. And I'm just I went through and I had all my tie-dye out here. I went through all my racks, and look, I just did this to one person I had left in my room. And then there was no people in my room, just me. And I just practiced. And I'm telling you what, guys, hours. I'm like, I am not leaving this site until I sell at least one damn tie-dye. I was on there for 3.5 hours, you guys. This is no lie. I am not that. You want to talk about determination? I sat there and I showed that tie-dye. I'd go put that one down. This one's a size large. It's got the cool fall colors in it, blah, 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 going through it. I was like, I will not leave this site. There's no way. I'm not losing. I am staying out here.
And
that's what it takes sometimes. Yes. Yeah. Because there's times you're alone in that. You're alone. Yes. People pop in, people leave, and you got to keep. And if you let it get you down and you give up, then it's like you lost. Why? Why give up? Keep it going. Absolutely. I love that. I love that. And we've all been there.
Yes. And when you first start, and especially when you first start off, right? When you're trying to gain that 1,000 sales, Oh my goodness. I feel so sorry. And I'll go into other people's room and I'll buy stuff I don't need, nor do I want, but I'm trying to support, because I remember having one or two or three people in my room and you're going, oh gosh. But if I can say anything to any of these people that are thinking about doing selling on whatnot, man, just don't give up. Be tenacious, be passionate, just do it because I could have given up a lot because I'm telling you what, I'm like, why am I doing this? Oh my gosh. Okay. Headspace change, because it is discouraging. It can be really discouraging when you have, just a couple people in your room and you're only going to make whatever you're selling it for, $2 or $3. And you'll lose in the beginning, right, guys? I
Yes.
mean, you're just it is what it is, but you have to build up that client database basically, and then eventually, I don't even know if they would call it that. That's probably not a good terminology, but you know what I mean. You have to
Yeah.
build up those followers in order to start succeeding on here, And so what? So what if you only have a few people in your room? Make it fun. Let's, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Give it your 100%.
Every time you have to. You can be squirrely like me, I don't I used to think I cared. I'm like, oh my God, all these wrinkles and these pimples and this and that and this, bleh.
No.
I don't give a crap anymore. I just don't. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're a totally different person. So
Yeah, because you know how intimidated I was. I get
you
on
were
there and be like,
scared. Well, we all were. We
yeah.
all
Oh
were.
yeah, we all were.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
oh my gosh, we all were.
Yeah. And yeah, I love what I do, y'all. I love what I do. I'm glad I made the transition from leaving eBay because eBay can really be a pain in the butt. I mean, I'm telling I don't know. I don't know if you guys have stories on eBay, but things getting delivered and they say they never got there, or things getting lost in the mail. And I haven't had that. I haven't had a hard time with whatnot as far as um people are pretty happy, about, but you get a lot of nasty, I think, on eBay. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion,
Especially, I'm sure, as a newer seller on eBay. The scammers on eBay attack newer sellers more.
Yes, and they do, and they can be very hurtful with, well, you'll never sell that crap if you didn't take my offer, just stuff like that. I'm
Yes.
like, oh my gosh. I'm like, why? I mean,
I
no, I'm
can't
not going
believe
to take your very low ball offer.
can't believe when people come on there and they'll send you a message and say this item isn't worth this much money.
Go on.
What are you doing? You
Move.
need a job. You need to go
Next.
to a job.
Exactly. Yes. And that's what I mean. I haven't encountered any of that nastiness on whatnot. I've seen it in other shows. I've seen trolls. I've seen my one girl that I was mentoring, that poor girl, her first show, she had a troll in there and she had this little Nightmare Before Christmas wallet. And I was bidding on it because the little one, she loves Nightmare Before Christmas. And it was like a $30 wallet. And the price kept going up and it kept going up. And then it was like $240 or something crazy like that. I was like, whoa, way out of my league. And I didn't even know that that was a troll and they're doing that because the payment got declined, obviously. And she was so excited, which obviously was her first show, and she got trolled like that. Yeah. So,
That's awful.
right.
I've
I
never
kept,
had that kind of troll.
huh?
I've never had that kind of troll.
I've never had that kind of troll, but I got jammed up on somebody's site before with a troll that did that to me on a sudden death thing. Yeah. And thank goodness the seller said, because it was a pair of shorts and I don't know, I had it at $8 or something. It was a good pair of shorts. I was gonna resell on the bay. And it went up to like $68 or something, like quick, like that. I said, "Oh, wait, what? What the heck just happened here?" And he gave me my money back because it was a troll doing that, and I don't know what is wrong with people. Why do you do that? Like, get a
Yeah.
job
Nothing to do
or
with their time.
something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Percentage of people.
Yeah.
Wow. So this was fun, guys. It was so great to meet all you
It
guys.
was so
Me
nice to meet
too.
you
It
virtually,
really was.
hopefully, and do y'all have any final thoughts or questions? I will open it up to you guys first.
I had a question, but it left my squirrel brain.
Yeah.
Happens to me all the
Well, I'll throw something out. So Bob normally that is with us, he normally asks, what do you see? And I know Premiere, we want the wings, but what else do you see or want for this year? Like how do you want to grow besides the wings? What else? On your reseller's journey.
What do I want to see? Oh, that's a very good question.
I know, right?
Gosh, it kind of caught me off guard. What do I want to see?
I want you to teach me how to get so many people in my
Right.
show.
time.
You want me to teach you that?
How to get
Girl.
people, yeah.
How to keep
you know-
people in your show. I mean, you have excellent numbers in your show.
You do.
Well, it was honestly it was having the stuff that I have, you guys. I mean,
Yeah.
truly that's you know that.
Yeah.
I was blessed, and I know I was blessed with those storage units that I got, which really took me to a different level, I guess you could say, with people that are so now I'm not just like storage unit. Now I got this Y2K little following, I got this little clothing following. I got, so it's pretty diverse. Like I don't want to be a niche seller. And if you guys are watching my show, like we were just randomly pulling out, like we'd be doing tools and squishmallows and CDs and whatever I got around here, all these dolls. And boy, let me tell you what a pain in the butt these things are to ship, y'all. Just saying, these
I
things
bet.
are a nightmare, an absolute nightmare to ship. They're cute and pretty and everything. What are my goals?
Well, the wings are a pretty big goal, but you have
I'm like, that is a really big goal. And
you have a
I was just
financial
seeing if
goal?
you had.
I do actually have a financial goal, and this is gonna, if you guys want to hear it. My financial goal is okay. So I'm 61, and not to say that I'm gonna be going anywhere anytime soon, but I know things happen, and my granddaughter. That this is deep, you guys. Are y'all ready for this?
We're ready.
She's 19, right, and almost 20. I want to be able to pay off this place that I'm in, and I'm hoping in a year to a 2-year frame is what my financial goal is, to pay this off in the event that something does happen to me, that she has a place to live and that she could support and afford. That's honestly, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, obviously all my family means a whole lot to me, and I'm blessed to have such a great family, but that little girl and her happiness and her well-being, and she deserves so much because she's had so much tragedy with her mother and her father, because her father is an addict too, and he's still alive, but he struggles with addiction, and it's a horrible thing. But oh, my battery's starting to die. And so I want her to have everything. I want her to have a start. I want her to have a start where she didn't have, as she
That's an
should,
amazing
with a
goal.
mother and a
That's a great
father.
goal.
Yeah.
I think you're going to do it.
You
I
do?
think you're going to do it. I don't know what that number looks like financially, but for anybody listening, I think that is not an unattainable goal. It is most definitely possible. And
Yeah.
I think the possibilities on whatnot are endless if you really put your heart into it.
They really are. Consistency, right, guys? Consistency.
Absolutely. That's
I'll
key.
tell you what, I've seen a big, huge change when I started scheduling my show Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. People know that you're on at that time, and they're gonna come into your room. That is, if I could say anything, that is the most important thing that I've learned on here, is not to just pop in whenever you feel like selling. No, get a schedule, stick to it. If you have to move things around, so understandable. That to me is the most important thing. people know that you're on, and it's
Yeah.
just our
Absolutely. I
schedule,
agree.
and try to stick to it. I think, I feel like that has worked really well for us.
Really great advice.
Man, this was fun, you guys. Thank you so
It was
much for
so
having me
it
on.
was so- Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being here.
I want to say one thing before we go, because I
Just
haven't
one.
I haven't told you this, Becky, but I'm thinking about making a trip to you this summer.
Woohoo,
Oh,
let's go.
So, because I want to be by you, I want to meet you in person, and
I could give you a squish.
maybe we can teach each other a couple things while we're together and just have some fun, and maybe we could even do a show together. So
Wouldn't that be a blast? Oh
yeah,
my
that would be
gosh.
really fun.
Yes, yes,
All
yes, yes,
right.
yes.
Let's
So I'm
do it.
Woo!
thinking about that. I'm thinking about that this summer. So
Well, you
Now
guys
there
heard it
is a
first.
reseller meetup. It's here in Detroit. Who puts it? JJ Shopper. Do you guys know who she is?
No.
no,
No.
sorry.
I'm gonna see if I can get that information and I'll give it to you guys. It's in I think June, but tickets are pretty limited, so I'll check into that. But it's here in Detroit somewhere, or suburbs of
Well, we have the
Detroit.
one in I hope Ashley is thinking about going, but we have the one at the end of April in Nashville. So
Yes, and
Hasn't been
and you
officially
live in
announced yet.
Nashville, so I mean, come on. And then you're not far. So
Yeah.
Ashley's in Georgia, and I mean, how far are you from Nashville? Just curious.
Me?
I think it's
Yeah.
like 6 minutes. Oh, go ahead.
I'm
Go
30
ahead,
minutes
you.
away.
Oh, 30 minutes? I'm like, I think it's
Oh
like,
wow, close.
like 6 to 7 hours, something like that.
And when is that again, Ruth Ann? I know
we
you
don't
went
know
last
yet,
year.
but we think it's the end of April, but the date hasn't been released yet.
Right.
We're waiting for Ray, the Nashville Flipper, to release the date.
Calling you out, Ray.
Let's
Calling you
go,
out,
Ray.
Poor
You know,
Ray.
you know what's really funny, guys? Okay, so I told you that Jaden hates all this business, the whole one that I don't want to say hate, such a strong word, and I don't usually use that, but she wants to do the reseller rally so bad because we were gonna try to make it last year when
Yeah.
we just couldn't afford it. Like it wasn't even a possibility. And so this year we might be able to afford it. So yeah, and Jaden wants to go. I think she wants to go to Nashville
would
and
be so
do all
fun.
that. Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my gosh.
Well, here's
I
to
love you
hoping.
guys. You guys are great. So
All
much
right, real
fun.
quick, let everybody know where we can find you besides Whatnot. If you're on any other socials or just your Whatnot handle, go ahead and share with us that.
I'm really not. I was talking to Ruth Ann
No.
about that. So I obviously have a Facebook page. I don't really go on. I don't do socials that much.
Okay.
I do have an Instagram, but that I never go on. Whatnot. This is where I'm at. Whatnot.
MotherflipperX.
MotherflipperX.
And you're
Mother
on
Flipper X.
your schedule is, did you say
Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Cool.
9 o'clock until like whenever we get tired out, 12.
I got
1
news
o'clock.
for you now. Now you're on YouTube and Spotify.
Yep.
Ooh.
Woo, let's go.
Yes.
I'm big time now. That's
All
what I said.
right.
Jaden goes, "You're gonna be podcast famous." I go, "Oh, come on now."
Sweet
She's
girl.
so
I love it.
She's so
All
silly.
right. This has been great.
Guys, I hope this goes really well for you guys. Let's jam this out. Let's get a bunch of views. I mean, I'll promote as much as I can. I love that everybody scratches everybody's back, and there's so much love, and let's go. Let's all make a bunch of money and have a great time doing it.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's what I'm
Amen.
talking about.
Sorry. Amen.
Amen. Amen, sister. So
All right,
thank
Becky.
you all. It was so great to meet all of you. Ruth Ann, much love.
you.
Much love
Thanks
to
for
you
coming
girls.
on, hon. Thanks for
It was
coming on.
fun.
All right, stick
I was
around
really
here and
nervous,
Becky.
and then I got on here. I was like, chill.
Very chill, very laid
It's
back.
just
Thank you again
yeah.
for being on. Stick around here as we do the outro, and we'll have a minute to wrap up in the end. If you're watching, if you're listening, if you're wondering if you should be on Whatnot, give it a try. Becky here is an amazing testimony to the possibilities. Catch us on the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Bye.
Good job, Ellie.
Bye.
Bye, guys.